What up, dude? What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Duncan here at the Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. You guys already know it's the 4-Eye Football Prophet here, and I give recap and analysis of the best division in the NFL, the NFC South. So if you guys want to see more videos about the Saints, Bucks, Panthers, Falcons, hit the subscribe button below, man. We got a reaction video today, another one, just off a big time Monday Night Football game. It was a low scoring game. I'm not gonna lie. If you looked at my Wednesday predictions, I do live streams every Wednesday. I predicted the score to be a shootout. I did pick a 3-point spread. However, I picked it the other way. I have seen the game already, of course, but I got to give my reaction and a breakdown to the game. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into this thug dizzle. Let's get it. So the first drive was pretty straight. I know they were churning the first couple plays, man. And at the end, Thomas had that big time game last week, filling in for Greg Olsen. I expected big things, especially after these plays. But that negative play, that little fumble hitch thing by Cam, I don't know what happened there, but it really just kind of threw me off. And that was a big time tackle because that might have been a touchdown had he missed that tackle, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, the Panthers defense came to play ball last night. You can't say nothing else. They came to play ball. They read that play like a book with Taysom Hill in the game. But, I mean, their offense, and that was probably the longest pass Cam threw all night because his arm was pretty much shot after that. Then he got hit late, so that didn't help either. And that was on Davenport, so DJ Moore, it was like a running back in open field, yo. They were laying some hits. The Saints were laying some hits last night, yo. They made them feel it. I ain't gonna lie. But this was wild. Everybody and their mama bit on that play action fake. I was like, man, Hurst, you better not get caught running like that. Especially after, like I said, everybody and their mama bit on that play action fake. And Christian McCaffrey, and he can pass. He'll fill up the Gatorade cooler. He'll run the ball. He'll catch. He'll throw. Like Booby Miles is what they say. Catch that Friday Night Light reference. And then this dude, I've been bragging to y'all about Kamara all season, yo. He's the X Factor, man. 50-yard return. But it was Mark Ingram night on the run game. Golly. Hey, that's a grown man he bowled over. Hey, that's a grown. Hey, Eric Reed. I'm an Eric Reed fan, but he caught that work. He caught that work just now. Hey, he caught that work just now. Mark Ingram. I told you it was his night, yo. It was. Let me run that back. It was Mark Ingram night, cause Alvin Kamara, he did his little thug. I backed it up right in the right spot. Look at it. That's what happens when you don't wrap up, guys. Mark Ingram's a Heisman Trophy winner. He's a lot. He's rumored to be on some juice. Well, they not rumored. He got suspended for PED. But regardless of that, he's still a grown man. And look how he steamrolled him. Good Lord. And Dante Jackson don't want none of that. He's 170 pounds. So this is when you thought the game was going to turn. Even though the Panthers scored on that first. But the defense kept balling, man. I was shocked. Hey, and the Saints offense, has started slow the past few weeks, so you know it's a fourth-quarter ball game when you're playing against them. And when this happened, I thought that was PI. I didn't see a replay during the game, but I thought it was PI, but no call. It is what it is. And this was a big-time play because I didn't know if it was a catch or not. And then they were challenged to down the distance because of field goal range. A lot of people were pissed, but look at them get right behind the defense. The coverage was great all night, but if you can't get to Drew Brees, anybody got time to get open. You know what I'm saying? You know he's going to find them. This is the most accurate quarterback in NFL history. He's going to find somebody. Feeding Kamara. Panthers did a pretty decent job tackling Kamara in open field. I'll say that. Dante Jackson still don't want none. Still don't want none. Hey, he's physical, but that's a big man out there. How you give Michael Thomas all that cushion on 3rd and 6, I don't know. But they will make you pay. You keep getting them time. And that was a great tackle. Another game tackle on Kamara. They know how it goes. I'm surprised Sean Payton didn't go for it. Like I said, I'm surprised Sean Payton didn't go for it, but I know he was talking about he had those regrets from the Cowboys game and not taking the points early. And it proved to be big. You kind of tell off the first couple drives that every point counted. You know what I'm saying? You can't be too full of yourself, especially when the offense has been struggling the past few weeks. That was a big-time call to take that field goal right here. You know what I'm saying? Just get the points instead of giving them more momentum at home and possibly turn it over, go for it on 4th and 3. Earlier in the season, maybe, with a little less on the line, maybe at home he may go for it, but in this situation, he took the points. It paid off. The Carolina still had the lead, though. I feel like they should be up more, but it still got the lead. And Cam, after that, it seemed like Cam was pretty much shot most of the night after that. Like, you saw bounce passes like that. And Cam knew his game. If anything, you can say anything you want about his accuracy, but everybody knows he got a big-time arm. And once you saw that, you kind of knew for sure something was wrong. But you know Drew coming to try to make a pay after that momentum. More time for Drew, but that was good underneath coverage. He forced it into double coverage, man. Like I told y'all in my weekly preview that you got to guard Kamara, got to guard Thomas. He'll force it into double teams if he has to because he knows who he can count on. Yeah, he'll spread it around to the young guys, but he knows where he gets his bread and butter. And Cam kind of had happy feet, but 3rd and 20, that ain't going to cut it. Scrambling, that ain't going to work. Seems unsure of himself. He don't know where his arm strength is, and he know he can't get it 20 yards downfield. But this was huge. You knew the Panthers needed a turnover to set up their offense easier, but this was huge. I thought he was going to crib it because you know the Panthers needed it because their offense wasn't doing much. But it is what it is. And this was huge right here, too. Big-time scramble, big-time first down. He can always do that. If he can't, though, you know he always got that run. But he didn't call, no timeout was called, and a lot of people gave him flat because of the point celebration thing. But I'm wondering why Ron Rivera didn't call the timeout. You can't take these timeouts with you. He had been stingy the whole drive. Clock management for Carolina has been suspect all season, man. And it really bothered me that we didn't call a timeout before then anyway. And towards the end of the second half, you'll see, I was a little pissed we didn't take the timeout either earlier. McCaffrey, man, that's pretty much, he was the whole offense last night. He's been the whole offense all year. Wow. And that was big. That's points off the board. You give the turnover, you got right back to them. You know what I'm saying? You give the turnover, you got right back to them right before halftime. That's a momentum killer at home. And I don't like what Devin Funchess did. He didn't compete for the ball. He's in a contract year. I know you're hurt, but you're in the contract year, man. You've been kind of suspect ever since the Detroit game. I know you've been hurt, like I said, but you want to see a 6'5" receiver go up and compete for that versus a corner who's outsized, or at least break it up or tip it away. That was good coverage by Eli Apple. He had been giving up the worst passer rating in the NFL as a corner, lo and behold. But that was a good play by him. You got to give him credit to squeeze and pester him out of bounds. That way Cam had nowhere to throw. And that was big. That was a big breakup. And this guy challenged too. But that was a big-time breakup. That was a big chunk play. McCaffrey's a dog, man. He earned some respect from me this year. But he was the only one getting that work tonight. On the few receivers to get targets. I think everybody only got like 2 or 3 targets all night. Another one by him. Oh, the trick play. This is the play that Cleveland hit him with. I was like, oh, snap. North Turner, oh, my God. And then every time he gets the ball, you always get tight because you know that he fights for so many yards. But you got to learn, man. It's the league. You ain't going to score on every play. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to take the L, take the good with the bad. And that was at the 25-yard line. That would have been another field goal at least for Carolina. So that was huge. Huge play. Carolina didn't start getting pressure to the second half. I don't know what Ron Rivera found, but he started getting some pressure on him. I know Unger was out, and I thought that was uncatchable, honestly. I thought it was uncatchable. I ain't going to flex. Let's see. It's tough. Like I said, I thought I was uncatchable. I thought I was uncatchable myself, but it is what it is. Yeah, he got fingertips on him, but I don't think it was catchable. So he did a pretty good job tackling Kamara in open field, kept them pretty much under wraps. Fighting for yards. Uh-oh, Wildcat. This is a big-time run, too. And you just kind of got the feeling that the Panthers' defense had been playing good enough, but they were just running out of gas, especially on here. Lose and contain. And you got two fresh backs. You got fresh legs. The defense is tired because they've been balling all night, but it is what it is. And, of course, going for 2 to put it up 10. I mean, put it up even 7 points. But it was just a bad decision by Brees. And Dante Jackson's 4-3. He's out of there. He's out of there. You're not catching him. He 4-3. He got getting away from the cop speed. Getting away from the cop speed. You're not going to catch him. And that was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like, the biggest turnover events ever. And Carolina was like, yo, only down 3? The whole fourth left? And this one you're like, okay, Carolina finally getting something together. Can they finally put something together? They got in the midfield, but the Saints kept bringing blitzes, and the Panthers O-line, they couldn't figure it out. They had a backup left tackle, a backup left tackle in, and it is what it is. But the Saints also had a backup left tackle, and they moved Pete over from guard because Bushrod got hurt, and then Unger was out too. So Ron Rivera was smart to come with a nickel, but that's a good play call by Ron Rivera. A lot of people want to say fire him, but how smart is him to bring a zone blitz off the edge on the side where you have a new tackle in the game? That's brilliant. A lot of people don't know that. Probably people don't understand that part of the game, but that was smart of him to bring Captain Monolith off the corner with Payton. But we'll see what kind of effect that those injuries have on the Saints in the long term. Oh, P got drilled. And this was a big play. 3rd and 14. Julius Pepper standing on your face. Complete it. Get a first down. And it was just bleeding the clock. And you just felt them starting to wear down, but Kamara was a little tired too. The grass was a little soft. He tripped over his own feet. Don't trip over that 25-yard line. That was a big-time tackle. And I thought Ron Rivera should have started using his timeouts then. But this was a crazy play. Oh, my God. I told people at the bar, it's either going to be Drew Brees over the top or Kamara on the pitch. And exactly what it was. Thomas Davis overran it just a little bit. That's a hard guy to tackle one-on-one. And they came with the same play that the Panthers did. Got strung out. And this is one of the dumbest plays you can make. You don't need a touchdown, dude. Why are you trying to be a hero? You don't need a touchdown. The first down was pretty much in hand. Worst case scenario is 4th down, you burning more clock. And this made the game a lot more interesting. The Panthers defense had been struggling all year. They said they wanted to play for Ron Rivera, and they finally got one more stop. As bad as the offense has betrayed them all year, and all game, they got the ball back one more time for these dudes to give them a chance to win the game. The pylon can't just look at him funny because his arms was like that. Tommy Lee Lewis. What's that meme he got where he was like, that's how I was feeling. I saw that. But it just seemed like you got to go this far. In a scenario when you don't have timeouts and you got to throw to the sidelines and your quarterback doesn't have all his arm strength, you're pretty much helpless, man. It was, you had hope because they got a chance, but at the same time, I mean, Cam had been rough all night, but he put it on the guy's hands. Greg Olsen may catch that. A rookie tight end who's still raw. It ain't happening for him, Chief. Another blitz and another miscommunication up front. Somebody comes free. McCaffrey missed another block. He missed a couple that night. As good as he is in the passing game, that's what he needs to work on in the offseason. That Saints did that all night, bringing linebackers, extra linebackers, and twisting a little bit from the game. It was crazy, man. Let's see. Drew Brees, another pedestrian game, man. My last reaction video, the MVP race slipping out of his hands. I don't even think he has any more wiggle room to get the pity votes right now at this point. No touchdowns and a pick. You know what I'm saying? And versus a team that you religiously destroyed last year. A lot of people were picking y'all to blow them out this game. I don't know. It was a dirty, knock 'em old-fashioned NFC South game, but you can see Kamara was right over, barely over 100 scrimmage yards. Ingram got a couple yards. Of course, he had that big-time touchdown that was huge. Kamara had a touchdown that was huge. Ingram didn't score, but he did have that big run where he ran over Eric Reed. Of course, ball distribution is going to be there. 4, 5, 6, 7 guys caught a pass. Tommy Lee Lewis, the fumble, of course. The 2 turnovers, man, those were huge. You know what I'm saying? Even though the turnover battle was pretty much even. But you can see the stat sheet. DeMario Davis and Von Bell, those sacks. Onyemata had a sack too. He got in that work. Let's look at the Panthers stats real quick. Then we'll look at the team stats. Cam was 16 for 29, 131. People want to talk about his completion percentage, but at what cost is it? I mean, that's not a good depiction of accuracy. As you can see, you wouldn't think that, the numbers, it seemed worse than that, honestly. But 16 for 29 doesn't seem that bad, but it really was bad. Like, people need to get out of that whole, completion percentage, da-da-da-da. It is what it is. But, of course, Christian McCaffrey toting the mail again. Another 100 yards from scrimmage game. Like, he's been going off this year, dude. Like, how he got snubbed for the Pro Bowl is beyond me. But, of course, look at his distribution. Like, nobody really caught him. Jarius Wright was the leading receiver besides Christian, 3 for 21. Like, what kind of stuff? You're not going to win with that, man. I don't care how good the defense plays. You know what I'm saying? But look at these secondary getting involved, the deflections and the picks. Like, you like that from the defense. Luke Kuechly was a monster. 11 tackles. I don't know what this stat sheet is. Oh, yeah, here we go. That's 13 total. Excuse me. 2 for a loss. Thomas Davis had 12. Eric Reed had 7. Like, they were going. It was the best defense I've seen all year, and they wait to play the best team on the schedule to play this type of game. It was crazy, man. Like, the defense actually showed up. But if you had told me that they were going to hold one of the best offenses in the league to 12 points, I would have told you they were going to win. And the Saints, if I told you that they were going to score 1 touchdown in the game and had 2 turnovers and 9 penalties and 30% on third down, you would have thought they would have lost. That sounds like the recipe from the Dallas game. But the Panthers just couldn't take advantage of the opportunities, and give credit to the Saints defense. They've been on a pretty hot streak these past few weeks. However, the quarterbacks they've played haven't been the greatest. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens when they play somebody like Big Ben coming up this week at home. Those injuries with Max Unger and Bushrod, we'll see what happens. But Armstead, will he be back? We don't know, because the Steelers like to bring edge pressure. They like to bring more zone blitzes. So if Pete has to start at tackle, look for them to try to do more twisting, more confusion. You saw, like I pointed out, when Captain Merlin blitzed, and Pete didn't even see him, and he came to Drew Brees scot-free. So pay attention and look for the Steelers to try to do more stuff like that. So that's how they get pressure. They do a lot of different exotic blitzes, and they got guys like T.J. Watt and Bud Dupree on the edge. For the Panthers, Cam looked like a shell of himself. They're virtually eliminated from the playoffs, so I've been the one saying that if they have a chance to play, but now that it's below 1%, I'll concede to sit Cam down, especially how he's looking. Even though they said the injury can't get any worse, but can't get any better either when he's playing. So you got to play Heineke at this point. Do they pick up another quarterback? Do they just keep Cam as a backup just in case? We don't know. We'll see. But I'm very proud of the defense for the Panthers. The Saints, they've been struggling the past few weeks. They found ways to get these wins, but is 12 points going to be enough to win playoff games and get to a Super Bowl, even though they'll come through the Dome? We'll know. We expect them to play better at the Dome, of course, but if their O-line is beat up, that's something to pay attention to, because the Bears got a good D-line. The Rams have good guys on the D-line. Something to pay attention to, guys. So I'm Aaron Duncan though, so if you want to see more videos, of course, remember, like I said, subscribe. I give reactions weekly. I have live streams Wednesdays. I drop various videos throughout the week, giving you the best coverage of the NFC South. So make sure you guys subscribe below. Like I said, it's the 4-Eyed Football Prophet. I am Aaron Duncan, signing off for Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. I'll see you next time. Peace.